a face of unblended makeup on right now. The lighting is terrible, but oh my God, you guys, the doorbell just rang. And when I ordered these shoes, I already had it in my mind that when and if I was able to get them, I was going to stop, drop, and roll and unbox them as soon as I got them. This is the most excited I've been for a pair of shoes in a very, very, very long time. And I honestly cannot wait to put them on my feet. I was halfway done with my makeup, you guys. No blush, no mascara. Y'all know like the funny order I put my makeup on in. I think that this is one of the only designer pairs of shoes that I've ever unboxed, but it's almost Halloween. Like these cross the line between fashion and a little bit of like whimsy, almost a little bit of costume essence. I feel like this is going to be a pair of shoes, oddly enough, that is going to be an absolute staple in my wardrobe. And I have to be honest, normally I do not buy designer anything other than handbags. Like very, very rarely I will buy like designer clothing, but usually I only did that for like when I was doing events with you guys. Like when I was doing like meet and greets, I would get something fancy to like remember each meet and greet. I don't really buy designer pieces unless I think I'm going to wear them timelessly. I always think, is it going to be something like these? These will probably always be my favorite shoes that I will ever own. These are my Marc Jacobs boots. I forget what the style is even called. I got these for my Swamp Queen palette launch party, and I have been living in them ever since. Sometimes I wear these shoes when it literally just doesn't even make sense for me to be wearing them. I lost the heel or the tap off of one of these for a while. Luckily, I found it again, but they are torn up. They're scuffed. They really, really need to be dropped off somewhere and repaired, but I don't have the heart to leave them anywhere. But yeah, I mean, I've like scuffed the leather. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Chunk took out of the heel. I'm sure these could be repaired, but I like that lived in look. And I feel like these are going to be a shoe that I'm going to want to wear like that. I feel like with extra fancy branded shoes, it's always nearly impossible for me to know if I need a 37 or a 38. Like sometimes I am a 37, sometimes I'm a 38. I already decided I was gonna try and get a 38. They randomly must have dropped them at like 4 in the morning or something. When they put them on their own website, they must have had one pair in each size because I ordered it and I thought my order went through, and I actually went for a 37 on a gamble because the 38 was already sold out, but I guess the 37 had technically been sold out already when I placed my order. Like 2 of us must have been placing our order at the same time because they called me the next day and they like refunded my money and said that they didn't have it. So then I called the Alexander McQueen store in Dallas because that's the closest like physical Alexander McQueen store to me in Texas. And there was a wonderful associate, Scott. Thank you, Scott, Alexander McQueen, Dallas, because he asked me if I needed them by a certain time. And I was like, no, this is just kind of like my dream pair of shoes. And I was willing to wait. And I don't exactly remember now if he said they could send over a pair from Europe or if they were still kind of like making them like made to order. Either way, I was like, no time frame, because I feel like this is more of a fall and winter piece anyway. And I ordered these in August when it was still definitely 100 degrees outside. So I was like, I don't need them anytime soon. I would just really like to get them. And I really was not expecting them until probably like mid-October. That just kind of sounded reasonable in my mind to like, do you need them by any particular time? No, October is fine. Guys, long-winded story. Anyway, here they are now, and they got sent in this huge shopping bag, which I have to say, I love when brands do this. I recently like did that haul of items on the TikTok shop as well, like Milk Makeup and Vacation, the sunscreen brand. They even sent their like your purchases in these kind of bags, which I really love that. I feel like they're reusable, especially like if you're like me and you like to do scrapbooking with garbage, you know, you could reuse these. And I really just kind of like that because once again, it gives you like almost the experience as if you went shopping. I know that there's some people out there that think like one wasted piece of paper is an absolute sin. And then there's people like me, you'd like reuse these or keep these as mementos or whatever. So it doesn't really seem like that much of a waste. Anyway, my 2 cents is I like it. I like it a lot. I like the presentation. And there's also this really gorgeous Alexander McQueen paper that was tucked just on top. And I really love this as well. It reminds me of like cathedral windows. Love it. So here is the shoe box, which I did open them because I was like nervous, you know, like do you ever just think like maybe they're gonna send you 2 left shoes or something just by pure accident? So here's the box. It looks quite a bit like the bag, and I'm sure you guys already know from the thumbnail, they're the HOOF shoes. And they have actually several different styles of HOOF shoes, HOOF boots right now. Some are black. I actually like the brown ones better. Let me just go ahead and take them out of the box. Oh my God, you guys, I was a horse girl growing up. Okay, so this has like extra meaning for me. So they did have a bunch of different options. They even had some that actually has like a tail off of the back. It's like a horse hoof and then a little tail. They had some that had like a buckle, kind of like a little bit more ornate, but I like these. I usually never select brown for anything in life, like everything in life. If there's an option in black, that's the one I'm gonna order. But I loved the contrast here, and I felt like it just made it look so much more like almost real and whimsical to have this bit in brown and then the actual hoof, like the horseshoe part, in black. This is not a real horse hoof. I forget what it is, but I had to specify that it wasn't made out of like a real leopard once. Not a real horse's hoof. This is like maybe some kind of resin. I thought that the like nails in the hoof, I thought that that might be metal, but it's actually also just like a decoration. These are quite heavy as it is, so I was gonna be really shocked if these were like metal. So they're not. I feel like that definitely makes it more like feasible, livable, yada yada. But why I'm opening this right now before I ever like really put them on and jump around in them is to show you guys the bottoms. Look at this. I feel like I need a hoof pick, you guys, to like actually clean this out. And look at how awesome this horseshoe design is. I'm actually sad that I know I'm gonna scuff this up. I'm hoping over the time like that these silver bits, which that maybe actually does feel, I kind of can't tell if these like rivets are metal or not, but I'm sad to probably be destroying this over time. But you guys, I love the whimsy of it all. Can I say whimsy another 500 times? I love the way that they were modeled on the website, which I have to be honest, I am a shorts and mini skirt kind of gal. I rarely wear pants or long skirts, long dresses, but I loved how it was styled on the website, where it was like a long skirt and you couldn't see even the tops of the boots, and it just made this person look like they just have horse hoof feet. And I was like, that is so whimsical. And I feel like I have a little brush hair from my makeup brush on my nose. So I'll sippy sippy. Yes. So everything inside the box was pretty standard. I went ahead and took out like the shaping paper, but they did come with these dust bags. Ooh, a dust bag for each shoe. I like that. Sometimes they just give you one sack and you put 2 shoes in one sack. I don't really ever like that because I feel like, especially if they have like some kind of ornamentation on them, like you're just gonna be rubbing them together, so it almost seems more damaging. Now, I personally, especially for shoes like this, I just have them displayed in my closet. I don't ever like put them in a box or a bag or anything. I feel like that's why I have not worn these all summer, and they look a little dusty, if I'm being honest, because they were on the bottom shelf of our closet, and I have not dusted there. So yeah, these are definitely going to go on display somewhere in the closet. But I love this, you guys. This really feels like Alexander McQueen to me. Like, who am I to say, you know, because I don't feel like I am an authority. I've never really like studied any designer fashion brands. I just know sometimes I'm like, oh wow, this like feels Gucci, or this feels like like Alexander McQueen. And then sometimes I'll be looking at the new collections and stuff that come out and I'm like, this doesn't really feel like Alexander McQueen to me. Does that make sense? Probably not, because I know that there are so many people that are so passionate about fashion and can tell you like, who's the head of the fashion house now? I don't know. Still Alexander McQueen in my mind, like from elsewhere. But anyway, you guys, I am so excited for these. And you guys know that I have been like, literally my last video was like, I need a makeover. I feel like right now when I see something that I'm like, oh my God, this makes me feel like so excited, so inspired. I feel like I want to try and style these a lot. I want to do a lot of different outfits with them. I leaned into this. You guys are gonna see these a lot. I feel like these are gonna be, like I've already said, some of my most worn shoes. So I'm hoping now that I will be able to go out. You guys, we had crazy rain like yesterday. So I'm gonna see, because if there's like puddles, I definitely want to take these to the old abandoned junior high and jump around on the staircases and all that. But if it's still like really wet over there, this video might be to be continued, but I'm at least gonna finish my makeup now. I would love to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on these shoes in the comments down below. Would you wear them? Do they scare you? I've seen a couple like repost accounts post these on Instagram, and definitely the opinions are mixed. Like some people think that these are like creepy and evil and weird, and I'm like, okay, are those the people that think that they're made out of real horses' feet? But I like them. I was just thinking about this yesterday because you guys know Rat Bag is like one of my favorite bags, and I like to kind of do that with my fashion. When I'm really getting dressed up, I like to maybe put like realistic roach clips in my hair, or like clip a roach onto my necklace, or carry a rat bag, or something with like spiders, or something like, I don't do that all the time, but I like to do that. I kind of like to challenge conventional fears through fashion sometimes. Like anything that people would think is a little creepy, a little grotesque. And I feel like I also usually like to balance that out with like the hyper feminine, like a super cute fitted dress. And roaches in your hair, you know? Whoa, always gotta keep them guessing. So I feel like this kind of intrigues me and hits me in that way. Not like people are really usually afraid of horses, are they? I don't think horses is like a conventional fear, usually. I'm sure somebody is afraid of a horse. So I feel like I kind of just like to, like, nobody would expect looking down and seeing horse feet on human feet, you know? So I like that. I like that. I do. Everybody, jump scare. It's me from the future, now in Vlogoween time, which I have some very exciting videos coming for you guys very soon. But, I was literally so excited to just unbox these shoes with you guys the other day that I forgot to like come back after I actually wore them for a while to like give you guys notes about what the experience of these shoes actually are. Like literally when I opened them, you know, me from the other day, I had never like actually walked in them or saw how heavy they were or anything. I basically just like checked to make sure if there was like a right and a left shoe. I don't even think I've ever done that before in my life, but suddenly with this pair of shoes, I was very concerned that they actually sent a right and a left shoe. What's up with that? I have no idea. Anyway, these are surprisingly easy to walk in. I think they would even qualify as much easier than two other pairs of shoes that I have in my collection. Maybe you guys remember seeing these in the past. I have two versions of finger feet. I have these finger feet, which are by the brand Av, and then I have these babies, which are also like bizarre finger feet shoes. Well, you know what? These aren't fingers. These are toes. Toe foot. So I have finger foot, toe foot. You know, why not get them all? But yeah, I feel like I was kind of thinking maybe these were going to be a little bit more difficult to walk in, because when I was telling you guys about those other two pairs of weird shoes in my collection, they kind of all of a sudden make your feet feel like they're one or two sizes larger than your feet were momentarily ago. But that is shockingly not the experience with these shoes. I'm kind of thinking it's because the hooves like don't actually stick out too much further than if you're already used to walking in like platform style shoes, where like y'all can see that sort of like stacked platform look. So if you're basically already used to walking in shoes like that, I don't think you would find these that much more difficult. I will say though, you guys, the reason I wanted to like unbox them with y'all immediately is because I was scared of exactly what happened, which is I tried these in two different locations. I kind of wanted to go to the abandoned junior high that I classically have always done shoe unboxing videos, because I just like to do shoe unboxing videos there just for the nostalgia. And also there are like a lot of stairs there so that I can kind of like get a whole feeling of like running, jumping, walking, and going up and down stairs. And then we took them to a park because I kind of thought that since these are like a more neutral color and the abandoned junior high is basically like just gray, I thought it would be better to like show you guys what they look like in multiple like lighting settings, if this makes any sense. So we took them to like a very gravelly road park type thing. It's actually the park I used to film a lot of outfit of the days and shoe unboxings. It's like the same place, but we just didn't go on the trails. Why am I giving you guys all this bonus information? Like I simply do not know how to stop yapping and like just get to the point and be brief. Anyway, this is kind of what I was scared of and why I wanted to show you guys like what the shoes looked like fresh out of the box, because I kind of knew, and I'm honestly shocked with like immediately, like these almost look like I have worn them for years. So it is kind of making me wonder if these are more like a piece to be collected and worn like more occasionally and not really necessarily wear them how I definitely am going to wear them anyway. But yeah, you guys can see like definitely, I guess it still looks like that on the very toe. Like this portion used to be totally smooth. I feel like you can kind of see it on the edge here, like where no gravel got to it. But I'm like shocked with how soft this horseshoe material must be, because like look you guys, like if I did not want them to look worn and torn, I would maybe be just a little bit sad, because like look, I feel like you can see from the side like little chunks have been taken out of the horseshoe area of the shoe. So but I mean, I kind of expected that to happen. I just didn't think they would look so worn, but I feel like, so I was kind of giving you guys like the whole horsey effect to go with my giant pony teeth. I kind of wanted to like, you know, walk like a horse. Imagine, put yourself in a horse's perspective, you know? So I feel like I was kind of like stomping, jumping, running. You know what I do when I unbox a shoe, you know? That being said, they're very, very comfortable to walk in. Like shockingly more comfortable than I thought that they would be. I don't really feel like I struggle at all to run, jump, go up and down stairs. With like some of these other wild and crazy shoes, it is usually stairs that is the trickiest part, or like sometimes I feel like this is like the mechanics of this is difficult to explain, but you know when you're like taking a step and like sometimes like this has happened to me even in normal shoes somehow, but like you'll take a step and then like you'll accidentally catch like one area of the shoe or something. I don't know. I feel like that happens a lot when I wear these or the finger feet. And I kind of thought maybe that would happen with these as I'm like walking or running around. Like maybe I would just like not be used to this extra area on the shoe and I would kind of like catch one with the other, but I did not. They're very, very, very easy to walk in. They're actually not that much heavier than some other stacked platform shoes I have in my collection, and they're definitely fun. I feel like not very many people like passed us when we were walking around in the park, but definitely the people that did, I for sure caught their eye. And yeah, I feel like it's just like you don't normally see people walking around with horse feet. So I am very excited to shock and frighten anyone that I may pass while wearing these shoes. So overall, I do really love them. I do still think that they're going to be a absolute staple in my collection. I do wish that there was more options though. Have you guys ever seen, and maybe, I don't know, I feel like why was I shown this? I don't know. Cause like I am definitely a shoe hoarder, but I'm not really into like any sneakers or tennis shoes. I really only have like a couple pairs. The one that comes to mind is my like fuzzy Grinch shoes. You know, when I think of tennis shoes. But if you guys are into like sneakers, shoes, whatever, maybe y'all have seen these things. It's almost like a service where they put this like clear wrap on the bottom and then it looks like they hit it with like a heat gun or something. So it molds exactly. And it's like just a clear, like I literally wish I knew what this was called, but I kind of wish that there was a service like that for all kinds of shoes and not just, I've only seen it done on sneakers, because then that would have been amazing. And I wish I would have had that thought, you know, to like try and like put some kind of protective, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just scared I like took nicks out of the side. You guys, I knew it was going to happen. When I showed y'all these, I knew it was going to happen. So yeah, I absolutely love them. My feelings have not changed since the first time I unboxed them. I do strongly feel like these are going to be like huge staples of my wardrobe. And I'm really trying to calculate in my mind, like what I think the perfect outfit and the perfect way to style these will be. I kind of feel like that's the only thing that I didn't really think about. Like, I feel like these are so easy to dress up, dress down. And I mean, by nature, they are just like a black high-heeled, like, what would we call this, silhouette? I don't even know. So I feel like these are just like a no-brainer to style. Like, I literally don't even have to think about it. I honestly feel like in a weird way, and I probably have at some point in my life, worn just like Sophie shorts and a t-shirt and these boots. I feel like somehow it goes if you just like dress it up with shoes and a bag, keeping it casual. But what am I gonna do with these, you guys? I kind of like, I knew I had to have them. I absolutely like fell in love with them from the moment that I saw them, but I did not like think like, oh, and I can wear them with lots of outfits like this. I don't know. Am I just gonna be wearing these and a Sophie shorts and a t-shirt? Maybe, I don't know. You guys, now I have rambled for an additional 9 minutes. So I will leave y'all here. And I would love to know all of you guys' thoughts and opinions on these shoes. Do you think they're ugly? Do you love them as much as I love them? Do you think they're maybe a little too costumey? Or do you really see this as like a high fashion, you know, runway-esque kind of item? I would love to know you guys' thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Maybe I should put together like outfits, like, you know, make a video of like 3 outfits styling these horseshoes. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, thank y'all so much for hanging out today and for watching. If you're not already and you'd like to be, hit the button down below, subscribe, become a member of the Swamp family, and give an alligator its wings. I love you guys so much, and I'll be back again very, very soon. Bye!